Greetings! Welcome to the Devlog for hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. We're going to start off as always with a quick sound check. Make sure speakers aren't up too high. Wonderful. So what have we got for you this week? Well, I have got another batch of new toys and some fixes and sort of small system improvements that I've been doing while working on all of the big stuff. So let's jump right into our first toy. That's right, Anton is continuing his Derringer spree with something that really should barely be considered a Derringer anymore. This is the Model 6, and this is pretty huge for, like, this is not really a pocket pistol anymore. It's gorgeous looking, for sure. Stefan's work, we popped that sucker open. Got a cute little extractor there. This is in 357, and for scale reference here, yeah, this is not a pocket pistol. This is no longer really a carry weapon. I mean, anyone who carries a Derringer is just an eccentricity of the highest order to begin with. Boom! That kicks great. Bam! Still nice and accurate. Quick to reload. Wonderful. But a lot of folk, when they were seeing me do the Derringers last week, were like, Derringer in 4570! And y'all know I aim to please, so we've got the Model 6 XL in a very, very fancy finish. Stefan did just an amazing job on these. Got some mother of pearl and got some etching on here. And this sucker kicks like a mule. In 4570. Man, come on, Anton, you can do better than that. Oh, that was terrible. I wonder if the sights are off on that, because that was consistently off on both of those shots. What's going on here? That's better. Shooting a little low. There we go. I think Anton might have to check the zero on these sights, because if we hold it center and a little, yeah, center a little high gets us there. And again, this is not exactly a precision weapon. This is sort of a weapon for where the range to your target is like that. Not missing at that range. Oh, way too much fun. I just love manual operation weapons like this. Wonderful. And so in addition to that, let's throw these over here. Such a terrible way to treat a new toy. We have a weapon fix. A number of you have noticed for a while that the dimensions on the Tech 9 pistol are way off, and I know a whole bunch of you have always hated the paint job of it, which I don't really care on that standpoint. It was the way the modeler who gave me the model had chose to paint it, and I love it for that. But in the process of, I found another model that was the correct dimensions, and then did some extensive model surgery to make the old Tech 9 match the dimensions of the new one so that I could keep it for the super duper illegal full auto version. And so here we have our brand new Tech 9 semi-auto pistol. Notice just how much more chonky this is. This is correct for this. And then we have the redimensioned super duper illegal full auto Tech 9. So you can just pop this in here. Note the correctly double stacked mag. Honestly, sights aren't bad. They're very functional. Good stuff, good stuff. There we go. And we, of course, have our super duper illegal full auto one that I'm going to attempt to control and keep on our target in one full auto burst. Whew. That was not good. That was, yeah. Well, we got him. Did that just push the gun off the counter? You know, I don't think I've ever witnessed it do that. Huh. Fascinating. Anywho, didn't even know that it was capable of that kind of unidirectional interaction. But yeah, so this full auto one, a little more set up for that sort of range. But there you have it. Yeah, what I did is I basically cut this model apart. So I had all of its pieces. I had the receiver tube, I had the sort of polymer frame at the bottom, and the bolt, and then I did the same for these and sort of individually matched the dimensions real carefully while trying to preserve like the normals and all of that. It was a little challenging because the topology was super different on that, but it worked. So those are all tuned up. Let's jump over to the proving ground and check out something else that got a big improvement this week. So, many of you know that I basically added suppressed Sosa guns as a set into the game, but didn't really finish implementing them yet. They're not really integrated in any of the new like take and hold characters and such, and that's because I was waiting for some sounds that I needed. Joe has been working on a wonderful new set of brand new suppressed Sosa gun sounds that are based on the type, and I've been sort of tuning the visual effects and some of the behaviors. So let's check this out. So here is this is just a suppressed Sosa gun pistol. You can see a more prominent muzzle effect on it. Oh, that sound is great. Great stuff, great stuff. Got suppressed shotguns changed to Sosa guns that have a sort of actuating piece like a pump or a bolt, is that they will no longer automatically actuate when being held one-handed. They'll just fire, and then when you grab the four, they will cycle properly. So if you're holding them two-handed, they'll cycle, but if you're just, say if you're in the middle of a take and hold match and pick up two of them and go like that, you'll get the first shot off with them, but then it's going to stop from there if it would require manually cycling. So that should hopefully be a little more balanced. What else do we got here? Oh, the MP7 sounds sweet now. Oh, great stuff, great stuff. This is our suppressed intermediate rifle. Check out how the AK sounds. Here's our scout. You'll notice how there's now a little bit of a hesitation before the bolt cycles after it fires to make it so that this, when you pick this up, it doesn't just act like a pistol, basically. Good stuff. M14. Wonderful. And I would like to introduce you folks to those of you who play Take and Hold. This is going to be your new nightmare when it is implemented. This is the gear for the new operator Sosigs that have been in production for a while. It's going to be used in a competitively oriented take and hold character and probably in some other contexts. And they are going to be the deadliest Sosigs in the game. I mean, other than the ridiculously health amped up Metal Gear bosses. They've got a significantly more complex armor model. So we just pick up this, and they're going to be armed with some really, really high-tech modern weaponry. We've got Sosa gun versions of the NSGW stuff, of the Black Mamba, and of the M17, this one with a suppressor on it. So first thing you'll notice there is that even our light armored version of the Sosig, well, they've got Kevlar on the legs, which, let's see, if we just hit them with this, let's say, that's going to create a bullet hole back there. That's going to sail right through the Kevlar, but they've got a plate in the center, which it's not going to penetrate all the way through. Similarly, they have eye protection that has different ballistic characteristics, a new gas mask that is built a little more sanely from a collision standpoint, so people should be cursing my name a little bit less with it. Different grades of helmet, like the light helmet that just sails right through it, whereas... Oh, that still went through. I will have to examine that. Let's see if that bounces the Mamba. Yes, okay, good. Yeah, the level 2 helmet bounces the Mamba, doesn't bounce that. Level 1 helmet does not stop it. Cool, and then and you can see here, this once again, we have the sort of padded intermediate armor, and then separate plates. So you're going to get very different ballistic behavior across the Sosig body based upon where you're hitting them, which should just hopefully make them a more interesting combatant. And you can see, like, even the iPro shields them a little more for the medium than with the light. And then our sort of level 3 heavy here, this sucker is just going to have basically the only weak point is going to be right here. The amount of armor, it's like a double layer of level 3. So an AP-50 BMG, I think, is going to be making it through and doing some structural damage to the Sosig, but most everything else is just going to bounce. Meant to be the ultimate bruiser for that mode. So yeah, so when it's ready, these suckers will go in with a brand new take and hold progression that is, it's going to be designed. I've been watching the first to worst tournaments, and you folks have just been getting a little too good at take and hold. So I think I got to throw down the gauntlet and yeah, do that to you. So there you have it. That is that stuff. Let's jump out of VR and talk about what else is going on. Yo! So, out of VR, in terms of what else is going on, I know a whole bunch of you are probably looking at what's been going on and being like, Derringer's cute, Anton. Sosa gun stuff is nifty. But, like, what about that whole scenario and level system? And just to give you a bit of a sit rep, basically, I've been pretty under the weather the past couple weeks. If you've been watching long enough, you know I've got some health issues that come and go, and the whole, like, injuring my hands thing, like, totally flipped me out and sort of completely crashed my momentum, and it's been really difficult to get back into the right headspace for getting things done. So when I get into this kind of place and stuff is just more difficult, I tend to work on the very sort of small, compartmentalized, and manageable stuff. Like, I'm just going to implement guns until I feel better, grade things, because I just don't have the focus and just cognitive capacity to work on the sort of harder design and code architecture things. And so I'm just basically sort of waiting until that part of my brain just sort of spools back up and I'm able to get re-engaged with the more difficult, larger side of things. So I know I originally said I was hoping to have a U105 build ready at some point in August. Given that it's the 19th and I'm still weeks away from having a functional build, that's unlikely at this point. So at this point, I'm aiming for September, which is a little more do or die, because I'm eventually just going to run out of time prior to be having to do like holiday stuff. So I know there's an immutable deadline, and the nature of these sorts of things is that sometimes, like, the immediacy and necessity of things can create a sort of productive panic to be more productive. So I'm hoping that occurs before it gets too late. But yeah, just to give you an idea of this is just my creative process and my sort of mental psychological cycle, and just trying to ride it and continue giving you folks interesting stuff to look at each week, even if I can't push you a build yet. And it just means that the first build of Update 105, when it is ready, is just going to be absolutely massive at this point. So hopefully it doesn't all break. Anywho, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful weekend, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.